Right now, nonprofit organizations are stepping up to serve the homeless in Kansas City during the coronavirus outbreak. Today, we've learned the shift to emergency operations happened quicker than anticipated.
Our Abigail James is live now on Admiral Boulevard, where the city actually allowed a road to close for their efforts. Abigail.
Yeah, Ellen, well, this entire block right here outside of Faith Hope Ministries has been closed down, all in an effort to make sure that the greater Kansas City homeless population can get the services they need during this pandemic. But before they can even enter in through this area, they get their temperature taken and get hand sanitizer on their hands. For Takara Scott, life right now is stressful.
Income reasons and the coronavirus.
Scott is homeless. She volunteers at Hope Faith Ministries, but also relies on their resources.
Because it helps with people who ain't got nowhere to go, or no food to eat, or no clothes to wear.
Many agencies that help the homeless have had to close their doors to comply with coronavirus CDC guidelines, which is why the outside of Hope Faith Ministries has become a hub where multiple agencies are now working together to serve the vulnerable community.
I said, in the next 30 days, we're probably going to see a lot of people coming who were not our typical guests. That happened day one.
Executive Director Jason Van Sickle says it's gone from a homeless assistance initiative to a community assistance initiative overnight.
We immediately saw just families and seniors and people who ran out of paychecks coming to our doors.
With hand washing stations in place and outdoor tents set up, guests can maintain proper distance as they eat a meal.
We're all making sure that we walk around and encourage people to social distance.
Already in just a few days, they've gone from serving 200 meals to almost 400 meals a day. Many local restaurants, Kansas City Public Schools, and other organizations are donating hundreds of meals, while Hope Faith serves as the hub for distribution.
We're also sending meals out to those agencies who need help. So we're not just doing it here.
All in an effort to prevent an outbreak among a vulnerable community and to prevent a greater community spread.
I thank God for Hope Faith doing this. It's a blessing.
Now, if people have supplies that they would like to donate, such as dry goods, you're asked to take them to Veterans Community Project over at 89th and Truce. Now, all of these agencies are working to figure out how to evolve and solve the Kansas City needs in the homeless and low-income communities as this pandemic evolves. So coming up at 6 o'clock, we'll tell you what more they have in the works. Live in Kansas City, Abigail James, KCTV5 News.
Thank you, Abigail. At 5, we told you about an initiative focused on making sure that the homeless community can still get resources that they need in a way that adheres to CDC guidelines. The effort is taking place outside of Hope Faith Ministries with the help of a lot of agencies. Now, at 6, we're telling you how they hope to expand their initiative to evolve with the pandemic that's spreading more and more each day. Our Abigail James joins us now live off of Admiral Boulevard this evening. Abigail?
Yeah, well, here at Hope Faith Ministries, they've converted this entire block into a one-stop shop for homeless families to receive meals, resources, and case management, all while staying true to the COVID-19 CDC guidelines. And after just a couple days of having these outdoor services, they're already moving on to phase 2. Right now, Hope Faith Ministries, Veteran Community Project, and other agencies are working on getting a COVID-19 test kit center so they can take the burden off of area hospitals and emergency rooms. The groups are working to prevent the spread of the virus amongst the vulnerable group who already have little access to basic necessities, many of which often already have medical conditions and are more susceptible to illness or death. Wes Williams with Veterans Community Project says they're looking for medical professionals and supplies so they can provide screenings and medical necessities.
You know, that's obviously a huge problem right now with our medical system getting overrun with so many people coming and going in and out of the ER, that if we can minimize that in any way, that's going to have a huge impact on the entire medical community.
Now, eventually, they would also like to have an area here where they can quarantine people if need be. Reporting live, Abigail James, KCTV5 News.
Thanks, Abigail.